What do most people not understand about George Heaton?
That I've not always been this way. Like, it took a long time. It took a big switch.
I know what you mean by this way, but what do you mean by this way?
Just like the drive that I have now and the journey that I'm on, like, this took a lot of hard work. And going back to the question before about what would you tell a younger version of yourself, like, it's hard. It's very hard. You got to really lean into the hard things and kind of like try your best to enjoy that journey, and eventually you will. Like, it took me 8 years to start enjoying it. Like, I really didn't enjoy it for a long time.
Enjoy the building the brand?
Yeah. Building the brand.
Wow. So, that's wild to me. What was the moment you started enjoying it?
Going to the depths of hell with it, and like getting to the point where like the business could maybe no longer exist. Wow. And like this could all be over and I'd have to do something else. Like, at that point, that's when my mindset changed, and I was like, I've got to do this now. Like, there's no fucking plan B. There's zero option mentality. Like, this is it. It's 100% or nothing.
Wow.
And that was the point that actually changed me. Yeah.
What year was that?
2018.
2018.
18, 19, yeah.
And then it's like every moment from then has been like, I'm in it. I'm fully in it,
Yeah.
and I'm fully invested.
That's the number one priority of everything, yeah.
And most people probably look at you and say like, oh, he's been loving every moment of it since day one.
Mm-hmm. Because it looks like that from the outside, right?
Yeah.
But I think like doing this with you now, I can tell my story and say to people that it isn't like that. And everyone has that time where they don't want to do it. I think you just got to get over it, or you got to move on from it, and you got to do whatever it is you got to do.
And it's funny because the brand took crazy levels of growth in that time of you really committing.
Right.
And you loving it.
And why did it take that much growth? Because I committed. Because I did the things that needed to get done. Everything works hand in hand with myself and the brand.
What were the things that you didn't want to do that you did and that changed the game?
Become more of a personality. That was a big thing. Put myself out there a lot more. Like the self-development side of it boosted the business so much better. And just being able to talk to people in the right way, being able to lay out foundations and set new goals and just become a whole better brand through becoming a better person.
In what ways have you brought self-development into the brand?
Through myself, through my brother, the way we go about our day and how we do that kind of stuff is just instilled as a mindset throughout the business.
What parts of your journey get glossed over more than they should?
What do you mean by glossed over?
Like people overlook.
What parts of the journey the people overlook? I don't think, not many, bro. Like, obviously we spend 10 hours a day in an office, like working on things that no one gets to see, and you forget to pick your phone up for 4 hours, and you could have posted all this cool stuff about like what you're making, but you just forget, and like time passes like that. You don't even sit down, and you blink and it's 6 p.m. and you're like, oh, like that day was just crazy. Like, people overlook that, like the amount of things that go on in a day in a business that size, and I can't imagine what it's like if I was 10 times the size. Like, the amount of things that go on within the business now compared to like 4 years ago is just crazy.
What's the current size of the business?
In terms of people, we're at just under 60 people in the headquarters.
You know, when we spoke last time, you know what it was?
I'm guessing around 20.
Yeah, it was 25.
Wow.
25 and 3 in Milan, I think.
Yeah.
So 28 total.
Yeah.
So doubled in a year and a half that we spoke.
More than double, yeah.
What's the difference between going from 25 to 60?
For me, it's like giving away a lot of things, which is great. So I recently hired a CEO to take on the role of the things that I don't like doing. And like, not that I don't like doing them, but I'm not good at them. And as the business grows, I can't give all my resource to these things that need it. So I want to position myself in this creative director role where I can fully focus on the brand image and the brand product. So I gave away like the numbers, the business, the B2B, the wholesale, the online. Like, I'm not a good guy with that stuff. I'm a creative person. I look at spreadsheets and I'm like, asleep. I don't know, a lot of creative people say the same thing, but really doing that switch for me was like a big change, a huge change in my business.
You mentioned, obviously, you're more creative than anything else. What goes into somebody who's creative? Like, how does somebody who's creative get the most out of themselves?
I think it's by spending a lot of time thinking. I think creatives need so much more time than what everyone else needs to just sit and think. Like, that's such a big thing. Like, your best ideas come when you're sat all alone. You're not on your phone. You're thinking about things. You've done your research, and now it's time to just, like, think. I fully believe, like, that's the moments when things happen.
We started this conversation talking about being alone and the importance of solitude and the importance of nothingness.
Because if you're busy all the time, how have you got time to create? If things are always coming at you in different questions and different decisions you got to make, like, it drains your mind. Like, over the Christmas break, I don't do anything. I just train and sit and think, and I get so much out of it because I come back into the office on the 1st of January and I get so many, like, things thrown at me and questions and decisions and stuff like that, that, like, by 6 p.m. I'm done. I'm like, fuck, what's just gone on? I can't then go home and think and create. Like, you need that time.